Hey, so we're in part four of why flipping, which is wholesaling or rehabbing in New York, is different than in other parts of the country, and this is a huge one, and that is the EMD, the earnest money deposit. That's how much money you put down at the contract. So in many parts of the country, and we spoke about this yesterday, where in non-attorney states, you can go and give them $100. In New York, where it is an attorney state, the standard EMD, the standard deposit, is 10% of the purchase price. So if you're buying something for $400,000, the standard EMD is $40,000. Now that's always negotiable. So I'm not saying you have to do it. We usually offer a few $1,000s, $5,000, sometimes 10. But very often, and I spoke about this in the last post where attorneys kill a deal, the attorney will tell their client, you should not take less than 10%. Now that is standard in the industry for a regular retail transaction. But it changes how you do things here. Now, we've spoken to other people who do what we do in Westchester and other New York City suburbs, and they stand pretty firm on how much they put down. But we put down as much as $100,000 on a deal. It was over $1 million deal. And it's something that you have to keep in mind when you're doing things here. You may need to get someone to fund that. And it took us many years to find someone who would help us fund that. Most people will not fund that for you. A hard money lender will not fund that for you. But you have to feel out the seller and the seller's attorney as to how much you can put down, how much you should offer to put down, and then finding someone who will fund that for you there are people out there who will do that, but you have to establish yourself first. No one's going to do that when you first start out. So in the beginning, we used our own money, and we had borrowed money from other people to use on a deal and use that money. But it's something you need to know in New York. It's very different than the rest of the country. It's not simple to do here, because if you're going to buy something even cheap for $100,000 and you don't have $10,000, it's very possible the seller's attorney is going to say, if you don't put $10,000 down, we're not letting you go into contract, and you can't lock that deal up. So there are sources to get money, but it is not easy when you first start out. But it is something you need to know that is very different in New York than it is in other parts of the country.